For the first time, Linda has all the power, as Bradley is injured, unconscious, and completely helpless without an office, a title, or anyone to boss around. Instead of panicking, Linda immediately starts thinking about survival. She looks for fresh water, begins collecting useful materials from the beach, and starts putting together a shelter. When Bradley finally wakes up, he is disoriented and expects Linda to take care of everything while he continues trying to act like her boss. He speaks to her as though they are back in the office. Unable to take it anymore, Linda leaves him and just walks away. Bradley, having an injured ankle, sits there for 2 whole days, dehydrated, hungry, sunburned, and terrified. She finally comes back, not out of guilt, but to remind him exactly who is in charge now. Slowly and painfully, Bradley starts to understand the new rules. He is forced to face how helpless he really is. To find more food that would sustain them, Linda makes a spear and decides to hunt a wild boar, but the hunt turns out to be more dangerous than she expected. The wild boar is not easy to kill. It charges at her through the jungle, forcing Linda to climb and use trees to avoid being gored. She manages to jump on it from above and spear it, but that alone isn't enough to kill the creature. Linda has to stab it again and again and finally kills it by thrusting the spear into its eye. Covered in blood and exhausted, she drags the carcass back to camp. Food becomes no longer a problem, as the boar provides them with plenty of meat, and Bradley starts seeing that Linda's survival skills are real and not just something she learned from watching Survivor. Although he still struggles with his pride, he has no choice but to depend on her knowledge. While exploring another part of the island, Linda finds another water source to drink and bathe from. She then spots a nearby boat passing close to the shore. She starts running toward it and is about to signal for help, but she immediately changes her mind as she realizes she doesn't want to be rescued yet. She lets it sail away without alerting anyone. Linda never tells Bradley about the boat. As more time passes, Bradley notices that Linda seems unusually calm about living on the island. Annoyed with being ordered around by Linda, he tries to build his own camp but fails. With no other option left, he puts his pride aside and asks Linda if he can join her camp so that she may share her food and water with him, and she agrees. Linda takes Bradley across a cliff to show him what to look out for in the environment, such as poisonous berries and where certain dangerous plants might be located. At night, Linda gets them both drunk with some homemade wine, and the conversation becomes deeply personal. Linda opens up about an abusive marriage she once had and admits that she allowed her drunk husband to drive, a decision that ended with his fatal crash. As days pass, something unexpected blooms. After Linda accidentally sees Bradley bathing naked in the ocean and relies on him for help when a powerful storm destroys their shelter, she starts developing feelings for him. However, Bradley has different plans. Wanting to escape on his own, he secretly slips poisonous berries into Linda's food before setting off on a raft he built himself. Unfortunately, his escape doesn't last long, as the rough waves destroy the raft. Despite being poisoned, Linda performs CPR on him and manages to revive him after he nearly drowns. Linda decides to teach Bradley a lesson for trying to kill her. She serves him an octopus containing a toxin that temporarily paralyzes his body. Unable to move, Linda pretends to mutilate him, only to reveal she was cutting up a dead rat the entire time. She only wanted to scare him. Bradley's fiancée, Zuri, refuses to give up the search and eventually finds her way to the island through the help of a local guide. She finds Linda first. Instead of leading them to Bradley, Linda fears returning to her old life and secretly guides them toward a dangerous cliff where the ground beneath her collapses. The guide reaches out to save her. Linda is hesitant to save her and instead strikes the guide with a large rock, sending both of them over the edge to their deaths. Quietly, Linda returns to camp and says nothing to Bradley about Zuri. Afterward, guilt starts haunting her. She starts seeing disturbing visions of Zuri crawling across the beach. As Bradley goes hunting, he makes a horrifying discovery after finding a human arm washed onto the shore and immediately recognizes Zuri's engagement ring. He immediately discovers what Linda did to the woman he was supposed to marry, and any warmth between them shatters. Furious, Bradley grabs a knife, and the two engage in a violent fight through the jungle. During the struggle, Linda suffers horrific injuries, including losing part of her scalp and an eye. She too stabs Bradley in the side. Trying to escape, Bradley stumbles upon a luxurious mansion hidden near the cliffs. While inside, he hears Linda speaking through the home's intercom system, where she reveals that she discovered the mansion a long time ago, learned its security code from the caretakers, secretly used its food and supplies while pretending they had nothing, and hid its existence so he would continue depending on her. Linda appears carrying a shotgun. Terrified, Bradley tries to convince her that he loves her, hoping she will lower her guard, but she realizes he is only trying to save himself. When Bradley grabs the shotgun, he discovers it isn't loaded. Linda takes the opportunity to pick up a golf club and strikes him repeatedly until he dies. 1 year later, we see Linda has become a celebrity after being rescued. She tells the world she was the sole survivor of the crash and has even taken control of Preston Company. She publishes a best-selling memoir filled with survival advice, hiding the truth about everything that happened on the island.